Jeremiah 16.
The mission ran down in any moment now, right?
Say it again?
The boss is coming in any moment, right?
Well, there's a process. Because that's the scripture say that because there's one more prophecy that we're waiting for, which is the mark of the beast.
Other Israelite groups are following that too. Y'all brought it out. I'm a college graduate. I said that foolishness that you put college is foolishness to the Most High's knowledge, right?
Exactly.
But since I'm trying to be in the truth, I can apply that to what I'm learning.
Yeah, the Most High. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Don't you know they do have technology? This is old stuff. Google Delgado, Dr. Delgado's bull. They put an implant in the bull. Dr. Delgado.
How you spell Delgado?
Delgado. Dr.
Delgado.
And his bull.
That's Spanish.
On YouTube.
It means skinny.
On YouTube.
Delgado means skinny in Spanish.
And he put this was back before, put an electrode in the bull.
How long ago was that?
In the 40s. They was
like Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah. It's real.
That's real.
I got a book on that. And he pressed the button, the bull was charging, the bull stopped.
Oh, he did it to a bull?
Yeah.
Oh, he did it to an animal first.
That's how they experiment, right?
Yeah.
But they really can't put an implant in your brain.
He said they did it in the 40s.
Yeah, and the Denzel Washington played the Manchurian Candidate.
Yup.
They put implants in there.
Yeah. Because remember, that was a remake of the old one.
Electronic mind control research is not new. A scientific milestone in this area came in the 1960s when Dr. Jose Delgado demonstrated remote control over a charging bull. By connecting a radio antenna to electrodes inserted into the bull's brain, Delgado proved that the animal's aggressive impulses could be thwarted by electronically manipulating the bull's muscle reflexes.
Do you realize the fantastic possibilities if from the outside we could modify the inside? Could we give messages to the inside? But the beauty is that now we are not using electrodes.
In recent years, Delgado has shown that the behavior of monkeys can be altered using low-power, pulsating magnetic fields. But in these experiments, there were no antenna implants.
Any function in the brain, emotions, intellect, personality, well, could be perhaps modified by this non-invasive technology.
Delgado's research has so far been limited to animals. But in the Soviet Union, a radio frequency, or RF device, has been used for over 30 years to manipulate the moods of mental patients.
Call lawyer Howard Bashim Yao Shai. Call lawyer Howard Bashim Yao Shai. And you seen it just now, man. And one of the things that just jumped out to me is said that it can be used for mental patients. And we see nowadays, hey, the scripture tell you. All right. The scriptures tell you that menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. All right. This is 2 Ezra chapter 5 and verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beast shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. Right? Because the state of the mind of the people nowadays is all out of whack. So that was actually demonstrated in the 60s, but as you heard, he said they had it for about 30 years, as the brother was saying in the video when we won the Highways and Hedges, that that they had it in the 40s. All right, you saw what that man was doing, okay, in that video where he was manipulating the bull to not charge him, okay? As a matter of fact, that reminds me, okay, because the scriptures talk about our people. Look, Isaiah 51 and 20, right? Verse 19, these two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Right, because all these things are coming in the near times because it's prophecy. And a part of prophecy is that radio frequency chip, all right? Which is that radio frequency chip that they had back then is more advanced now to where it's going to control whether you buy or sell. Okay, it says verse 20, thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. You see, and our people are like wild bulls in a net, okay? Just all out of control. But it's spiritual because this guy, Dr. Delgado, examined, or how would you say? He did an examination on a bull, on a wild animal that's known for charging people. And it just reminds me of what they're doing in the agitation of the times that we're in, you know, the shootings and, you know, false accusations and all kind of things that happen to agitate our people, okay? To where he's going to make it to you can only depend on him. And when he has you in that net, when he has you in his cusp, he's going to implement that mark, okay? And it's going to have those attributes to where, it, like the guy said, one of the doctors said, to control the emotions, all right? You know, to control your cognitiveness, if that's the right word, to control your mind, because this devil wants total control. He thinks he's the Most High, okay? It says, right, so they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy power, right? Because Esau Edom is going to be used as a sword. See, our people are going to get all agitated, get all frustrated, and they get shot down in the streets. And it's going to put a lot of our people in subjection to where they're only going to want to be in the hands of Esau Edom. And he's going to implement that thing. All right, they're going to go to him for the one of all things. They're going to go to him for comfort. And that's why the scripture tells you, it says, what? Woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help. Okay? And and the scriptures also tell you that by peace he shall destroy many. Okay, and part of his destruction is to have control. He wants to bring destruction to have control, and his control is through that device that was just explained, that we just saw. Okay, not through Christianity, not through any form of religion, not through anything else. Okay? The control that Esau Edom, his device of control, like back in the day, you see Jake, you know, they riot in the streets, and then they will bring the dogs out and then the guns and everything, right? Which, you know, that's not too far-fetched even in this time. But his true control, his true sheepdog is going to be that micro thing. To line everybody up. Okay? Make you wake up when he wants you to wake up. Make you go to work when he wants you to go to work. Make you do the jobs that he wants you to do. And you'll get credited on that same device. Okay? So this is real simple, man. This is super simple. This is not hard, man. All right? And it's becoming more and more evident. Let me get this. Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 1. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, who represents Esau, all right, because Tyrus represents what? Commerce. Okay? Thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a power, I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas, right? Which the seas was what? The people. He's the one in control of all the different lands and the commerce through all these different regions and places and lands. Okay? Said, I am the Most High. I sit in the seat of the Most High in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not the Most High. Though thou set thy heart as the heart of the Most High, because behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. You see, now, remember, Daniel had many revelations. Daniel was able to interpret the dream of Nebuchadnezzar. Okay. Daniel also got into the minds of the accusers of Susanna. Okay. And that's what this devil is doing. He's has a form of technology that makes him wiser than Daniel. Okay. it says, with thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches. You see? And it's interesting. He said the Soviet Union pushed that device. Okay? Showing you that the Russians, okay, Gog and Magog, and they putting the hooks back in their jaws. All right, they're amplified to do the same thing that Esau's going to do throughout the four corners of the earth. They're not coming in to be the righteous, even though they're portraying themselves to be the righteous to come up against Babylon. Okay? They're the devil too. They're going to push that device too. All right? It says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic, all right, more commerce, hast thou increased thy riches, and in thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because thou hast set thy heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness, right? Because the main hub of this micro thing is going to be where the main hub of commerce is, here in Babylon the Great. All right. That's why you have a place called what? The World Trade Center. Okay. When you look at that movie, Trading Places, you know, what was it? Milk. It was something that, something that they was trading, and they got the advantage, and they waited, and everything was on pen and paper. They're scratching things out, checking it off, scratching things out, checking it off. They were doing a bidding by pen and paper. But now it's all systematic. Now it's all through technology. Okay, the world trades through technology now. Okay, and the Most High is going to put the spirit on these different nations to get rid of that system. All right, by way of thermonuclear destruction, man. Okay? And that's how it's going down. I'm going to close off on verse 8. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die, and the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Okay? So, look, the evidence is there, B. The evidence is there, man. The evidence is clear-cut, comprehensive to see how this man is going to bring in his control. And I'm going to close on that. Call Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Akakodah. Shalom.
Electronic mind control research is not new. A scientific milestone in this area came in the 1960s when Dr. Jose Delgado demonstrated remote control over a charging bull. By connecting a radio antenna to electrodes inserted into the bull's brain, Delgado proved that the animal's aggressive impulses could be thwarted by electronically manipulating the bull's muscle reflexes.
Do you realize the fantastic possibilities if from the outside we could modify the inside? Could we give messages to the inside? But the beauty is that now we are not using electrodes.
In recent years, Delgado has shown that the behavior of monkeys can be altered using low-power, pulsating magnetic fields. But in these experiments, there were no antenna implants.
Any function in the brain, emotions, intellect, personality, well, could be perhaps modified by this non-invasive technology.
Delgado's research has so far been limited to animals. But in the Soviet Union, a radio frequency, or RF device, has been used for over 30 years to manipulate the moods of mental patients.